Alright, we will be popping into our game in just a moment. Doing my last little checks here. Waiting for the ads to be over. And we will hop into our game. I believe once I hit the button right here, it'll start. So I'm going to hold off until this ad break is over, and then we'll go. I'm gonna stick with, I've been doing rock playlist stuff. Some of it's been okay, some of it's been pretty bad. We're gonna keep with it today, I think. Sorry, I forgot to button up as well, so look nice and clean, you know? My audition here. I'm gonna treat it like one at least. My audition for nothing. How are you doing, Chad? How are we going? Looks like our bitrate is good. We're about ready to go. Just got a few seconds to wait here. Set on drinks and stuff. Yeah, I'm good. Gotta clean up my desk a little bit here as well. Beat Kingdom Hearts again. On PC this time, and I think I'll do it again at some point. Hey, all right, we're ready to go. Ads are done. Give me one moment here, and we are good to go. Welcome in! It's the second game of the Silver Boot Series, Astros Rangers. Who's on who? Well, you're gonna find out in just a second, but it is the matchup of Keisha Phillips versus Gretchen Hasselhoff. Keisha Phillips has been good to start the season. Will she continue to be good as we move into the game today against someone who's probably the worst hitter you're going to see this season. Gretchen Hasselhoff. Here she is. We are ready to go. The first pitch from Keisha Phillips is a screwball way down and in. You're not going to hit with that. That's just not going to do much for you. Now, let's dig into some of these stats a little bit today. All right, we're going to go through Keisha in a moment. There's another screwball. That one goes in for a strike. Keisha has some good contact and good power as she pops Gretchen Hasselhoff to the infield for out number one. Gretchen Hasselhoff, let's talk about her first. Gretchen Hasselhoff is a terrible hitter. 22 contact, 41 power. Decent, here's the thing though. Decent at bunting, pretty good in the clutch, and she's fast. So will we get some like heroics if Gretchen gets walked today? That is something we're going to watch out for on this side of things. That is a beautiful knuckleball from Keisha Phillips. Keisha is not a great pitcher, but she's not a bad one either. That is a ground ball to third base, and that will be... Oh! An error on Keisha Phillips at first. Well, we'll call that an error at the third base position there. An errant throw will get Gretchen Hasselhoff on. And this is the thing. The only way Gretchen's going to do any real damage here is by running the base paths. That's something we're going to have to look out for, and Keisha just let her have it there. That was a bit of an issue. So Keisha as a pitcher doesn't have a ton of stamina, not very good in the clutch, but has a great two-seam fastball, a screwball, and a knuckleball that we're going to see today. We're not seeing a lot of fastballs from her quite yet. That was a massive looping knuckleball, and that's not going to do it. Oh, but they get her at third! A great throw by Keisha Phillips in right field. And that will, that'll be the first hit for Gretchen Hasselhoff in the third spot. We're about 12 games into the season, just so everyone's aware. But we'll continue forward here. As you can see, Gretchen Hasselhoff, the entire Astros team really has not been hitting well. Probably a lack of trash cans, but you never know. Anyways, Keisha has some good pitches here. There's that two-seam fastball. It's a good one. But Gretchen Hasselhoff will steal second base. This is what the Rangers need to be worried about here, is Gretchen can run. It's just about the only real tool she has, but she does have it. You're not going to see a whole lot from Keisha, but you are going to see some strikeouts. There's a good fastball, and that will take us into the bottom of inning number 1. Now, here we go. Bottom of the first, tied 0-0. Gretchen Hasselhoff. She's pitched one game so far this season. Hasn't allowed a run yet. We'll see if she can continue it. Again, we are going to look at second baseman a lot in this series, mainly because Gretchen, most players are best at the second base position, especially if they're not good fielders. The first pitch from Gretchen Hasselhoff to Keisha Phillips is a palm ball for a ball, but I'm not sure where that missed. Now, Keisha Phillips here has some good contact numbers, but is really a good power hitter with good speed and good arm strength. So that's something to watch out for here. Gretchen Hasselhoff as a pitcher is significantly better than she is as a hitter. We actually have a good pitcher here. She has a good palm ball, a good slider, and a good sinker. Also doesn't allow a lot of walks and has some good clutch numbers as well. So that's something to look out for here. Gretchen is actually a pretty good pitcher, and Keisha Phillips is actually a pretty good hitter. The 3-0. I have been praising Gretchen for not walking a lot of people, but she's going to throw 4 balls right away and allow a walk. Here comes Keisha Phillips, the number 2 hitter. We're still looking at Gretchen Hasselhoff at second base because that's the best position she plays. The 0-1 comes on in. Keisha Phillips is a pretty good hitter. She's been pretty good so far this season. Looking to see if that can continue. The slide step from Gretchen is going to miss on a palm ball outside. So we are looking for some movement from Keisha Phillips here. She's actually faster than Gretchen Hasselhoff, who stole a base last half inning. So we might be seeing some movement at some point from Keisha just as well. A foul ball down the first base line. Going to head into the stands. The 1-2 from Gretchen. She's really worried about Keisha there. Taking a long time before she makes her pitch, but that's going to be a palm ball way down, knocked off for a foul. The Silver Boot Series is the series between the Houston Astros and the Texas Rangers. Happens every season, and it has for a long time, actually. Oh, that is a strike 3 on a ball way in the dirt on the circle change. Gretchen Hasselhoff will get her first out of the game. Not sure what Keisha was swinging at there. And tries to hold her there, but Keisha's not running right now. I'm not sure you want to care about that a whole lot. The first pitch to Keisha Phillips is a liner down the right center. The runner at first, heading to third. Will she go home? She will! And the run scores. Keisha Phillips with an RBI triple. That's how you start the game. Gretchen Hasselhoff is not great out there in right field, and when you get Keisha Phillips coming up to bat, you got to be aware of that. Keisha Phillips is a good runner at first, and Keisha Phillips is a good hitter. You just got to watch them move in tandem, and they're going to take off on you, especially with a couple weak throws like those two. So now the Rangers are up. Astros are playing from behind right away. Gretchen Hasselhoff is normally a pretty good pitcher, but not doing so well right now. A ball for a palm ball that was probably a strike. Probably wants that one to be called in the future, but not getting it right now. The 1-0 is not a strike. I don't think there was a single part of the ball that didn't cross the plate there. That was a great slider from Gretchen to get herself at 1-1, but it's going to go 2-0. I guess don't throw down and in against this umpire. And that slider, she just released that one a little too early. Usually when you have breaking balls, fastballs work just about the same, but breaking balls especially, if your release is a little bit too early, you're going to see it way outside like that. The 3-0 to Keisha Phillips. Swinging at it on 3-0, but misses the good palm ball. A palm ball is a kind of change-up. It's there to change speeds. It's there to look like it's going to be a fastball. You dig it into your palm, and when you let go, the rotations kind of slow it way down. That'll be a ground ball to first base. Good play by the pitcher, Gretchen Hasselhoff, but that will bring home the run that was at third. So Keisha Phillips with an RBI ground out, and it is 2-0 Rangers here in the bottom of the first. Keisha Phillips has been very good so far this season. She'll take a palm ball way down. This is the player that Gretchen should be worried about here more than anybody else, and she's already allowed 2 runs. She'll get her, though. That is a ground ball to second base for out number 3. We head into the second inning. Rangers up 2-0. Gretchen Hasselhoff leading off the top of the second for the Astros here. It's been a pretty brisk inning so far. That is a nice knuckleball from Keisha Phillips for strike number 1. I think this umpire's calling the zone a little bit in on lefties and a little bit out on righties, so that's something to watch out for here. A good fastball on the outside edge for strike 2. And Gretchen's not going to be able to hit that in any world. That is a fastball way outside that she just did not see. Pretty nice sequencing, though. We got a 63-mile-an-hour knuckler, a fastball outside that she watched for a strike, so she just kind of went after it the second she saw it, and it was nowhere close. So with 1 out, here comes Gretchen Hasselhoff. She's been one of the better players on the team this season, and it's probably been mostly from bunting, just like we just saw, but that is down the outside the third base line there, so she's going to have to come back and try it again. The 0-1 is a slider, slider on the inside half. I don't really know what she was waiting for there, other than maybe she just wasn't expecting the slider there. And a fastball down and in. That is the fastball that you're worried about when you face Keisha Phillips. That is beautiful right there. Really, really clean fastball from Keisha. A fastball up for strike one. She's thrown 94 to 95 today. That is not the hardest we've ever seen, but that's pretty hard for someone that exclusively throws that two-seamer, really. Especially when you can mix in a 60-mile-an-hour knuckler. We are 0-2 with the count. 2 outs. That is a screwball way down in the dirt. Not going to swing at that. Gretchen gets another shot, and it's a screwball way outside. So the count's 2-2. Gretchen's shown a little bit of fight here with a good eye, and she misses the screwball as I'm saying that for strike number 3. We head into the bottom of the second inning. Keisha Phillips, completely dominant in that half inning. Here we go, bottom of the second inning. Keisha Phillips has been really good this season, one of the better players in the entire league for the Kids League. And she's going to swing at a slider that was perfectly placed on that outside edge for strike one. This is the first game we broadcasted from the Kids League, but we are in April 6th, so we've gone through about 10 games so far this season for most teams. As Keisha fouls one off. We are going to see every single kid and every single pro at least once. Keisha fouls off a palm ball. And then when we get to the playoffs, we're going to be probably skipping through a couple series unless we get to elimination games. Keisha Phillips with a liner into right field. That's going to be an easy single. And Gretchen Hasselhoff, normally a pretty good pitcher, but she's struggling a bit right now. Especially when she went 7 scoreless in her first game of the season so far. This has been a little different for her. And so here comes Keisha Phillips. We have the horse up there on the dugout. I'm not sure why the horse is so ugly, but that is the Texas Rangers mascot. Gretchen with a circle change that misses too far down. A circle change is very much so a change-up in general goes slower than a fastball. The circle change tends to have a little bit more of that sinker movement. It goes towards the arm side and dips quite a bit more. Usually will dip a little bit more than a traditional change-up, which tends to just kind of dive slightly. The slide step, and that'll get her strike one on the sinker on the outside edge. So we will see a couple of the Championship Series games. We'll also see the World Series for both leagues. That is a strike two on the palm ball. And then we're going to have a championship where we're going to go through every single game of the 2 winners of the World Series. There are 61 players in backyard baseball. And that is strike 3 for Keisha on the good slider from Gretchen there on the inside edge. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in the strike zone and then just digs into that waist level. That's a hard pitch to see, and it's a harder pitch to hit, especially if it's out of the zone like it was. The palm ball is going to miss just below the strike zone for ball 1. Gretchen has been a little stronger in these last couple of batters, but still throwing too many balls here. It's a little unlike her. We're used to her throwing some good strikes. Ball 2. The throw will not get Keisha Phillips, who's stolen second base. This is what we're going to see a lot of. We're going to see a lot of movement on the bases today. As long as people get on base. Right now it looks like Keisha is getting the better of Gretchen. But really, Will Gretchen and the Astros be able to get a better hold of Keisha Phillips on the mound? The 2-1 pitch to Keisha Phillips. Oh, no, they're going to go out to second base and try to get her. That's pretty rare when you're trying to get the runner at second base. Tends to not happen for you very often. And that palm ball is going to be outside for ball 3. So now here's the problem. Here's the risk. Gretchen Hasselhoff is 3-1 with a runner on second base. You got to stop caring about that runner. You need to get this out here. Otherwise, you have Keisha Phillips after this. Strike 2. A full count to Keisha Phillips. How's she going to handle it? She fouls off the palm ball and stays alive. This is a very good at-bat from Keisha here. You hope that Gretchen gives you another ball that you can lay off of, but even if she doesn't, this has been a pretty good at-bat. She fouls off the sinker, probably a little bit too close for comfort, so you got to swing at that. Gretchen Hasselhoff with the payoff pitch again. Pitch number 33 is fouled off again. So Keisha Phillips is really running that pitch count up here. This has been a phenomenal at-bat from her. Oh, and another foul ball down the third base line. I think that was the pitch she wanted. She got too excited and swung at it too early. That may have been a home run potential pitch, but just didn't have the patience for it. And she swings through the palm ball. So Gretchen Hasselhoff gets her third strikeout of the day. As much as you're happy you get the out there, that was a lot of pitches on your starting pitcher in that at-bat. Here comes Keisha Phillips. She's been the worst of the Rangers so far, but that doesn't mean she's a bad hitter. Just means she hasn't gotten hot yet. Ball 1 is low for that palm ball to start Keisha Phillips on. Gretchen has a really strange sequence here. Her palm ball is her best pitch. She does throw that slider and that sinker as well. She also has a circle change and a four-seam fastball, but we're seeing that palm ball used very heavily already today. The 1-1 is a strike. Palm ball down in the zone. Count will go 1-2 for Keisha Phillips. And that is a slider way inside. Most people aren't even going to consider swinging at that. The 2-2 from Gretchen is also a ball. So 2 at-bats in a row running the count full. Gretchen has lost control. She's not hitting her spots. Normally she does. The 41st pitch of the game so far is strike 3 on the palm ball down low. So even though the Rangers had some good chances there, and they did run up the pitch count, Gretchen Hasselhoff gets out of the inning without allowing the run. The Silver Boot Series, Rangers up 2-0 at the end of the second. Here we are at the top of the third. Gretchen Hasselhoff, the 8-hole hitter, is going to look at the fastball for ball. Wait, they called that a strike. Oh, man, the ump is being brutal to Gretchen right now. 0-2 on 2 fastballs. Yeah, you might as well throw it out there. See if the umpire's going to call it for you. That was a knuckleball way outside. Tried to come in, but didn't quite. And a fastball downstairs. Gretchen had to swing at it because it got called a strike the first time. 5 strikeouts through the first 2 1/3 for Keisha Phillips. This has been a brilliant pitching performance so far, but she definitely got some help from the umpire on that last at-bat. Here comes Gretchen Hasselhoff. Still yet to see a hit from her in this season. She takes ball 1 on a fastball that was probably inside the zone. I might call that a makeup call from the umpire there. She tries to get the bunt down, but can't quite do it. That was a good pitch to try it, too. It just didn't quite work out for her. A pop-up to center field has some distance, but Keisha Phillips is going to get under it without too much of an issue for out number 2. The Astros look like they don't have a lot of life here. Keisha Phillips is really pitching really well through the first 2 2/3 here. We'll see if she can keep it up. Two-seamer way down low for ball 1. So Keisha probably won't get out of the third with 30 pitches for the game so far, but she's still pitching a pretty efficient game. The screwball right down the middle, they got fouled off there. I think Gretchen just wasn't expecting it. That's a fastball in the zone on the outside edge. The count is 1-2. A beautiful screwball to end the top of the third. That will strike out Gretchen Hasselhoff. Keisha Phillips, 1 hit through 3 so far. The bottom of the third, we'll start with the DH, Keisha Phillips. And Gretchen gets her with the first strike of the at-bat. Keisha didn't get on base the last at-bat, but, oh wow, she gets a nice hot grounder to shortstop there. Gretchen Hasselhoff does get to it with a little bit of a weak throw there, but manages to get Keisha in time. With 1 out, here comes Keisha Phillips. She struck out in the first inning. That was when we thought Gretchen was looking pretty good. And that is a line drive to right field. Gretchen will get to it and hold the runner at first base, but that is another base hit from the Rangers. Gretchen cannot get out of an inning clean right now. 44 pitches. Now, she did have that first at-bat that was pretty efficient, but now we start looking at being a little nervous for her. There's a slider down and in for strike 1 against Keisha. Keisha did have that great triple RBI in the first inning. We'll see if she can continue that. She's a lot better than her stats say so far. That is strike 2 on the palm ball. That's a good one, too. 84 down on that line. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. And that is a palm ball outside for strike 3. 2 outs. That is Hasselhoff's 5th strikeout of the game so far. So it's been a better inning for her so far, but here comes Keisha Phillips. Keisha may not have gotten a hit yet, but she's a good hitter. You might see some talent here coming in action, just like we saw with that first hit from Keisha Phillips. They're a little too worried about Keisha at first base. I don't know if I agree with being that concerned, especially when you throw a 97-mile-an-hour four-seamer. I'd rather you just go at the hitter. We don't care too much if the man at first base steals second. We care if this ends in a hit. The 1-0 is a fastball down the middle line, straight at Gretchen Hasselhoff at third base. That will end the inning. So coming up at the top of the 4th inning, Gretchen Hasselhoff, the number 2 hitter for the Astros. We'll see what happens. Astros are trying to get something going here. Gretchen Hasselhoff is up to start the top of the 4th. Oh, and she spikes a line drive to third base, but Keisha Phillips is there. That was honestly pretty close. An 85-mile-an-hour off the bat isn't hard. I don't know if I agree with that call entirely. The speed off the bat there looked a lot faster than that. Ball one is a fastball way up in the zone. Keisha's had a pretty good game so far. We'll see if it can continue. A screwball outside, but Gretchen swings at it anyways. The screwball does look like it's going to be a curveball coming in at you, but it does go out. So that's why you might swing there at that one. That's also why she might take that last pitch. Keisha really liked the screwball, how it worked the last two pitches, so she goes for it again and misses her spot. Pitch outside. Keisha Phillips at shortstop. Brilliant play. Excellent play from Keisha Phillips at short to get the out there. So here comes Gretchen Hasselhoff. They gotta try to run up the pitch count on Keisha Phillips here at the very least. She's trying to bunt for a hit to start it out. Does not happen. The 0-1, she's trying again and fouls it off. So now she's got to start swinging. If you foul it off with 2 strikes, you're going to strike out. A ground ball down the third base line, and that will get on base. Keisha gets it in nicely. And they will hold Gretchen Hasselhoff at first. She's always a danger on the base paths regardless. That's what the Astros are hoping for. So now is the chance. This is the chance for the Astros to get a hit here. Try to come back a little bit here. There are 2 outs. So you can't get any outs here, but you can try to score and keep it up. Keisha Phillips, the 0-1. A little sweep step on the slider that is beautiful. Looks like it's going to be outside. Comes straight down the middle for the swing and a miss. Fastball outside is going to be a ball. 1-2. Gretchen Hasselhoff kind of sweeping her along to back to first base as they try to hold her at first. This is another situation. I feel like you should just worry about the person at the plate. She reaches way out and just kind of taps it out to second base. That'll be out number 3. So now we got Keisha Phillips coming on. Bottom of the 4th coming up right now. Here we go. Bottom of the 4th, Keisha Phillips. Gretchen Hasselhoff is still out there. She had a bit of a more efficient inning in the last one. But she struggled a little bit, and that is part of the reason why. That umpire is not giving her a spot down and in. The palm ball is fouled off for strike 1. Keisha Phillips is a very powerful hitter. We haven't seen a ton of power from the Rangers today, but a couple line drives are enough to get you a couple runs in this circumstance. We haven't seen great pitching from Gretchen Hasselhoff either, but she's starting to stay in. At 1-2 pitches fouled off and a circle change that was way out of the zone. I think Keisha was expecting that to stay up or something like that. She's just kind of throwing the bat out there, trying to protect, just like she did with that good palm ball in the bottom of the zone. The palm ball really is Gretchen Hasselhoff's bread and butter pitch. We're not seeing it pitched great right now, but oh, there you go. Slider inside. Everything's kind of falling outside. You swing at the pitch that's going towards you. And Keisha Phillips will strike out for strike number 1. Keisha Phillips, she got a hit the last time she was up. She'll take the fastball in for ball 1. Hasselhoff threw 56 pitches with 1 out in the 4th. So the Astros are probably going to be looking at some of the bullpen coming up. Just to look at their bullpen here, we do have Gretchen Hasselhoff, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Gretchen Hasselhoff, and Gretchen Hasselhoff. Probably going to see at least one of them tonight, just judging by the pitch count here. The 1-2 is a palm ball way down. I'm not sure what happened to Hasselhoff's control. She tends to be a pretty good control pitcher. And that is a sinker that just bloops into right field for a hit. Sometimes you just get lucky as a hitter and you just get unlucky as a pitcher, and that's what we saw right there. Maximo, thank you for the 100 bits. God damn it, Gretchen. That is what we are seeing tonight thus far, folks. Man on first for Keisha Phillips and the Rangers. They're going to try to keep hitting after Gretchen Hasselhoff here. That is a fastball down the middle, fouled off. I think she was expecting the palm ball there. I really would like to see another home run. We didn't get one in the last game we broadcasted, which was... oh, no, we did get one in the last game we broadcasted, but we didn't get one in game one. We got one at the very beginning of last game in Sean Green, deep down the right field line. I'm hoping to see another one from Keisha Phillips here. She certainly has the power. She grounds a ball to second base. That could be a double play. It will not be. Keisha will leg it out and keep it as simply a fielder's choice. 2 outs for the Rangers here in the bottom of the fourth, and here comes Keisha Phillips. 63 pitches once again for Gretchen Hasselhoff. That's a little bit, that's too much. I'm starting to get a little bit concerned if I'm the manager here. Keisha's running to second base. That is an easy stolen base. Phillips is at second base, and all the Rangers need is a little hit in a right into the outfield, and we got a run. The 0-1 to Keisha Phillips is a ball way outside for the sinker. I do expect to see Keisha Phillips at least having a shot at the playoffs. We'll see if Keisha can break out of the kids' league. That will be a tough task with Pete Wheeler, Pablo Sanchez, Dante Robinson, Jacinda Smith. But Keisha definitely has a shot. She's one of the better kids stats-wise in the game. So we may be seeing the Rangers in the playoffs. Unfortunately for the Astros, Gretchen Hasselhoff is not as good, but that is some good pitching. When Gretchen's on in the pitching, she's on the pitching. That is a fastball. Up and in for strike 3. The Astros keep any more damage from occurring as we go into the top of the 5th. Astros down 0-2. Ignore Boog Chiambi and Chris Singleton. My name is Christian Kirby. We're revisiting here in the Silver Boot Series. Houston versus Texas. The common Texas series that determines who the best team is in Texas. A screwball will get popped into left center for an easy double from Gretchen Hasselhoff. Will she go 3? It does not appear that she will. She'll hold up at second base to start the inning off. So the Astros showing some life here. That's a pretty solid hit from Gretchen. That's about as powerful a hit you're going to see from her, to be honest with you. That screwball just hung way up. You don't want to leave it there where Keisha left it. So we'll see if she can recover with Gretchen Hasselhoff coming up. This is about the time I'd start expecting the Astros to try to bunt for hits. They've done it a couple of times so far and haven't got lucky, but I would expect now's not a bad time. You have a man on second. If you bunt for 2 batters and one of them gets a hit out of it, you got to run. And you still have a man on. Ball 2 to Gretchen Hasselhoff. She looks like she's going to be swinging here, so we'll see what comes of that. Oh, and Hasselhoff wasn't fast enough getting back to the base. Keisha Phillips with a great pickoff. That was a close one, too. They're not going to review it, so that will be out number 1. So just as swiftly as the Astros thought they were in it, they get caught napping, and Gretchen Hasselhoff gets tagged out for out number 1 to start the 5th inning. The 2-1 is a fastball on that outside edge. I'm a little surprised. The ump hasn't been calling that lately. Oh, and they're saying Gretchen went. That's strike 3. He usually sees it better than we do on that angle. That is 7 strikeouts for Keisha Phillips through 5. 2 outs for Gretchen Hasselhoff. They're going to see if they can still show signs of life. Nope, that is an easy pop fly to right field, and we will head into the bottom of the 5th. Rangers still up, 2-0. Here comes Keisha Phillips, the bottom of the 5th. We have the 9-1-2 hitters today, or in this half inning. That is a foul off the first base line from Keisha Phillips. The Rangers have been pretty good so far this season. The Astros have had a little bit of struggle, but they're actually playing a little better than we would normally expect. Here is a look at the bullpen, though. We've been talking about that pitch count most of the day, and Gretchen Hasselhoff are out there in the pen warming up. So we may only see an inning or 2 left from Gretchen Hasselhoff, our starter tonight. She's 1-2 here, though. Trying to strike out Keisha Phillips. Now, the last time Keisha Phillips was up, we did have a good at-bat, even though she ended with an out. We'll see if she can get another good at-bat here. She will not. That is a fastball up and in. Not sure what she was waiting for there. That'll be strikeout number 8 for Gretchen Hasselhoff. She may be a little bit wild, but sometimes that helps you get strikeouts. And so that's what things look like for Gretchen here. That is a slider on the inside edge for ball 1 to Keisha Phillips. And really the secret for Keisha Phillips is getting that power to work for her. She's a decent contact hitter, but what you want to see is have her hit it into the outfield and let the legs work. We've seen that a couple of times today. We've seen it work against the Rangers as well. That's probably why it's only 2-0 here. The 1-2 pitch from Gretchen. And really the Astros, in order to be good, they have to rely on their pitching. Gretchen Hasselhoff and the rest of their starters need to be better than just about everybody else for them to have a shot at the playoffs this season. That is a palm ball way down low for 2-2. Keisha Phillips fouls off another ball to the first base side this time. And Hasselhoff is up to almost 80 pitches now. We may not see another inning out of her. That is a slider way inside for 3-2. Will she draw another walk? A foul ball down the first base line. She's getting closer and closer to hitting those, but still not quite getting there. The full count is a strikeout. Palm ball down low for the 9th strikeout of the day. Hasselhoff's looked quite a bit better in the last 2 innings or so. And the Astros are just going to hope that they can get back in the game with the bat. As long as their pitching can keep them in it. There it is. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll end the 5th. We're still here in the Silver Boot Series. Rangers up 2-0. Here comes the first baseman, Gretchen Hasselhoff. The 9-hole hitter. With Keisha Phillips still up there. She's been rather efficient today. 52 pitches through 5. And that is a line drive straight at Keisha Phillips at third for out number 1. Due up, Hasselhoff. Yeah, absolutely. What's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong. And And the first pitch to Gretchen Hasselhoff is going to be a ball for 1-0. Really what the Astros need is they just need to get scrappy. I think right now the issue is that they're trying to get a bunch of hits, and that's just not who this team is. Gretchen Hasselhoff, Gretchen Hasselhoff, Gretchen Hasselhoff, they're all girls that they like just letting their wheels work, you know? And there's out number 2, grounded out. When the wheels work, this team can at least give a little bit of damage and let their pitching kind of mitigate the damage on the other side, but it's just not happening so far this season. That is a knuckleball way down low for ball 1. Can't really control where the knuckleball goes, but sometimes that's a good thing. And that is a 2-seamer for strike number 1. That was only 91 miles an hour. Keisha's been averaging about 94 to 96 tonight, so I think we might be seeing her coming to the end of her energy here, as the ump calls a ball that was clearly in the strike zone. There's strike number 2. That is one issue with Keisha Phillips. She doesn't have a ton of stamina. That is a ball way down for ball 3. And so you might see some of the control kind of mess up on her a little bit. I think that might be what we're seeing here. Fastball on the outside edge. The umpire has not been calling most of those today. That is the first walk for Keisha Phillips today, and that will trigger the pen. So here comes Keisha Phillips to fill in for Keisha Phillips. We've had a good showing for Keisha today, but she just doesn't throw a ton of pitches. We'll be right back. Coming in for Keisha Phillips, we got Keisha Phillips. She's got 2 holds already this season. Those are games within 3 runs that you get an inning and don't allow a run, as long as the game's within 3 runs. She's looking for another hold here. 2 outs, man on first. And that is strike 1 on a high and inside screwball. That's an interesting one from Keisha Phillips there. In the pen, we do have Keisha Phillips up, so it may be up to the Rangers if they want to do another substitution in the 7th. A foul ball down the third base line, but nothing's going to happen there. The 0-2 with 2 outs for Gretchen Hasselhoff. Is a beautiful knuckleball for strike 3. That will end the top of the 6th. Keisha Phillips due up next. Here we are in the top of the 6th, or the bottom of the 6th, rather. Gretchen Hasselhoff in. 11 innings pitched so far this season. The 2.45 ERA is pretty good for 3 games. I'm not sure what happened to her hair. She was supposed to have the pigtails, but they appear to have disappeared. So that's fun. Gretchen Hasselhoff coming up here. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball inside for ball 2. Now, when you have good pitchers like Gretchen Hasselhoff, the way they're set up, the starters get about 5 pitches, and the relievers are going to get 3 or 4, depending on how many good pitches they have. Keisha Phillips into deep right center. Out at the warning track. Almost gone. That will just be a loud out number 1. So here comes Keisha Phillips. She probably sees that. She wants a piece of it too, so we'll see if Gretchen will give it to her. That is ball number 1. We may be seeing our first glitch of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Our first glitch of the series, in fact, which is that Gretchen Hasselhoff is absolutely supposed to have pigtails. There is the slider for strike. And Gretchen Hasselhoff and Gretchen Hasselhoff are both there in the pen. I am noticing that none of them have pigtails, which is interesting to say the least. That is not supposed to be the case. A slider inside for ball 2. So Keisha's getting a pretty good chance here. The 2-1 pitch is a circle change on the outside edge. I think she was expecting the fastball. So now the count rolls 2-2 with 1 out. Ground ball down the first base line is going to go straight to the first baseman, Gretchen Hasselhoff, for out number 2. So nothing so far from the Rangers here with the relief pitcher up. Gretchen Hasselhoff has been pretty good so far this season. Keisha Phillips has also been pretty good so far this season. Didn't do much last night. Has not done much today either. So we'll see if she can start picking it back up from where she left off before the Silver Boot Series. Grounder to second baseman, and Hasselhoff has to make a quick play. She does! End of the 6th inning. Rangers still up 2-0. But the Astros are going to mitigate as much damage as possible and give their offense as many chances as they can. Here we are, top of the 7th. We're going to see Keisha Phillips again. She only threw 3 pitches to that last batter in the 6th, so we're going to see her through the 7th here. Ball 1 to Gretchen Hasselhoff. Hasselhoff has one of the only hits for the Astros so far today. And she will ground out to the shortstop, Keisha Phillips. Oh, almost made a little boo-boo there, but Keisha Phillips at first base makes a pretty nice dig to get the first out of the inning. Now, the Rangers do have new uniforms this season. They're not too different from normal, but I think they did clean them up just enough to be an improvement. I don't know what we're looking at here. This is just bad camera work. Keisha Phillips with her 7th pitch of the day. There goes the bunt down the third base line, but it's going to roll foul. The Astros should be putting down those bunts more often, but they're just not getting a hold of them today. Ball 1 to Gretchen Hasselhoff for the 1-2. And that is ball 2. So the 2-2 to Gretchen Hasselhoff. Now, this, as strike 3 goes into Gretchen Hasselhoff, 2 outs. This is an interesting matchup because what we do have here today is a player that was in our best team lineup and a player that was in our worst team lineup when we played through Backyard Baseball. Keisha Phillips being, I believe, the 8th or 9th best player on the team, and Gretchen Hasselhoff being, I believe, the 2nd worst in the entire game, stats-wise, based on the overalls that I put together. That doesn't necessarily mean that it will pan out that way once we import into MLB The Show, and that's why we're doing it. You get these guys playing 162 games against each other, you're going to see who the true worst and the true best is. We do still have Ricky Johnson later this season as well. He is the true worst player. And that will be out number 3. It's the 7th inning stretch. Keisha Phillips due up to start the bottom of the 7th. It's the bottom of the 7th. Gretchen Hasselhoff is going to come back in for the 7th inning. She threw 10 pitches in that last inning. Did well enough that her manager is going to let her stay in. So Keisha Phillips has gone 2 for 2 today. I think they just want to keep her off the base paths right now. They just want to keep the bat out of her hands. I think they'd be fine with a walk in this situation. That's probably why they're pitching around her a little bit here. 2-1. And that is a good palm ball on the outside edge for strike 2. Maybe they will keep the bat out of Keisha's hands here. A slider that went inside. You probably want it another 3 inches in, and that's probably strike number 3. The 16th pitch for Gretchen Hasselhoff is a slider way too far inside. I think she was trying to get the pitch that she missed last time. She just missed it again this time. So it's a full count to Keisha Phillips. I think the Astros would even take it if they just walked her here. That is a fly ball to right field. Over the wall. Home run, Keisha Phillips. That will bring the game 3-0. Rangers up. That is exactly what they didn't want to happen. A ball left up in the zone. It looked like a breaking ball. It was a palm ball up in the zone. And most hitters are not going to miss that, especially ones with as much power as Keisha Phillips. 102 miles an hour, and that'll push it over that right field wall there. So the Astros have even more to come back from. They are down 3-0. They will have at least 2 more innings to try. Gretchen Hasselhoff at this point just needs to have a good at-bat here. She just needs to have a good at-bat against Keisha Phillips here. A palm ball inside for ball 1. The 1-1 pitch is going to go for a strike, a sinker on the inside edge. That's a pretty good pitch. The 1-2. A liner to short. That is what Gretchen Hasselhoff needed. She needed a pitch that was going to be going to get a good out there, and it did work. Just so everyone is aware, we do have an ad break coming up in just a few minutes. We're going to let it roll and just play through the game. Circle change at the bottom of the zone for strike 1. That's a good pitch from Hasselhoff. The crowd doesn't like it, but that is a strike. Oh, and that is a liner down the right field side. Gonna get to Gretchen pretty easily, but that's an easy double for Keisha Phillips, if not more. She goes to 3. The weak arm from Gretchen Hasselhoff in right field is going to be a problem. Just an easy grounder down that first base line, and that is too much time to give Keisha Phillips there, especially when you have a weaker arm in right field. That's something that the Astros are going to have to deal with all season. The weak arms are a big problem. So here comes Keisha Phillips. She hasn't been so great this season or even in this game. But this could be a good chance for her to get her second RBI of the season. Let's see what she can do. Strike 1 is a slider on the bottom of the strike zone. That is a pitch left up again. Can she knock it out? An out at the warning track will drive in the 4th run of the game. Not good for the Astros, as the Rangers have now blown this game open 4-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Gretchen Hasselhoff was brought in to continue pitching well, and she just hasn't tonight. That is a loud foul ball off a sinker from Gretchen there. I'd be getting a little bit worried if I'm the manager of the Astros here. This is not what you want to see from your team, and it is bad omens for the season. The 1-1 popped up to right field. I think Keisha just missed it. Another pretty loud out, but that's going to be the end of the 7th inning. Astros down 4-0 heading into the 8th inning. Keisha Phillips coming in. She has got that two-seamer, a screwball, and a knuckleball. She's a solid relief pitcher. Looking at that powerful fastball to do a lot for her here tonight. You're not going to see a lot of great performances in the clutch. She does allow some runs when there are men on, but in situations like that, wow. The Astros tried to get a bunt down like I've been wanting them to all night, and Keisha Phillips is right there with a powerful arm to get the first out of the inning. So that does start to limit your chances if you're the Astros. This is a little too late to be bunting, if I do say so myself. Couple innings ago made a little more sense, but right now you need to get on base in any way you can. But you're running out of opportunities. A fastball up and away is a good one for strike two. So Gretchen Hasselhoff and the Astros are down to only their last few strikes here. That is a screwball way down for ball one. Might be a decent setup pitch, though. Unless you miss way up with a fastball like that. And in which case, we're kind of anything could happen here on this last pitch. That is a knuckleball that probably fell into the strike zone, but the umpire wasn't going to give it to her. The screwball outside for strike three. 2 outs. The Astros are down to their last 4 outs of the game. They need something going here. That is a fastball that Gretchen just kind of threw her bat out after. She didn't see it well. She didn't go after it well. A bunt down, trying to get a hit here, and it might work. Keisha Phillips isn't there in time. A runner on first. This is what I've been wanting to see from the Astros for about 3 innings now. With 2 outs, it might be a little bit late, but we'll take it. That is hilarious that is Gretchen Hasselhoff's first hit of the season. And she's considered a rookie, like the rest, so. Nice little bunt down that third base line will do it. If they could do that 8 more times, they'd be in good shape here. 4-seam fastball will foul it off. Again, I think you just do it again at this point. Send Gretchen at first base, just send her to second, and see if you can get a bunt down, you know? Fastball right down the middle is fouled off. I don't think Gretchen has the bat speed to get to that. That's a hard pitch to hit. The 0-2 is fouled off. That was a screwball that I think Gretchen was trying to hit a 95-mile-an-hour fastball there. The screwball just kind of got her. Fastball outside will go for ball number 1. The 1-2. Line down the first base line, but it's going to curve way out for a foul ball. This is the best chance the Astros have had most of the day to get a run here. And they will not do it. A beautiful knuckleball from Keisha Phillips will keep them out of the score. 4-0 Rangers. Headed into the bottom of the 8th. Keisha Phillips is up here in the bottom of the 8th. At this point, you can add some runs on just for insurance. That's a palm ball for a ball. This has been an interesting game. This is about what we kind of expected, but I was expecting some interesting strategies going on when you have Gretchen Hasselhoff there, who is, she's fast and has little else. I really would have thought there would be more attempts for bunts than there have been in today's game. As a ground ball to second base is almost out for an error. but does get Keisha Phillips out. We have encountered our first glitch in the game so far, and it's that all of the relievers on the Astros have lost their ponytails, or their pigtails, rather. I'm not sure where that came from. I actually looked at the players right before we started, and they all had pigtails, so not sure why they lost the pigtails. Oh, and it bounces off the third baseman's glove, but the shortstop's got it! Almost a brilliant play from the shortstop. Keisha Phillips will get on base. Look at this. A hard hit from Keisha Phillips is pretty easy to leg out when you have that kind of speed. But that was really impressive from the shortstop just to get to it. Bounced off the third baseman's glove right into the shortstop's glove. Slider inside for ball one. So with one out here in the bottom of the eighth, I think the Rangers are just kind of playing it safe here, but that's not a bad thing. Keisha Phillips does need a hit. She has not been great so far this season, despite the 5 RBIs. I think she would like to see if she can get that batting average up here at the very least. At the same time, you never know. Baseball can be a really strange game. You can get 6 or 7 runs in one inning. It's part of what makes it so intense sometimes. 3-0 for Keisha Phillips. Even if she doesn't get her batting average up here, she might be getting the on-base percentage up. Not a bad thing either. That is ball 4. So there are 2 men on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. The Rangers are going to try to add on some runs here. Keisha Phillips, she's been 0 for 3 today, but she's a better hitter than that, so we might see something happening here. That is a ground ball to the third baseman. She has the arm to get the double play and will get it to win the 8th inning. So here we go. Headed into the top of the 9th, the Rangers will try to end out the game. Keisha Phillips coming in. She's not the closing pitcher. We're 1 run away from getting a save opportunity, so we will see Keisha Phillips coming in instead of Keisha Phillips here. Just trying to close this game out. Keep that 0 on the scoreboard and shut out the Astros here. Pitch number 1, fastball, upstairs. Good pitch to start it off with. 95 upstairs is not easy to see right away. And then to pair it up with a fastball low like that, that is dangerous. An 0-2 count for Gretchen Hasselhoff. Oh, that is hit deep, but it's going to tail off foul. Gretchen almost brought it to 3 runs, but couldn't quite do it. And she will strike out on the next pitch for a fastball outside. That's the hardest hit we've seen from Gretchen all day, and it fouled way off. Here comes Gretchen Hasselhoff. 2 outs, 0-4 in the top of the 9th. This is really their last chance. That knuckleball was nasty. We had no idea if it was going to fall under the strike zone or come in it. It just kind of fell off at the bottom, and that will be fouled off for strike 1. A screwball will go in for ball 1. She'll try to bunt it down. That's a good one. The catcher is not fast enough to it, and there you go. The Astros have run number 1 sitting at first base. See, this is the kind of strategy I was expecting from the Astros more today. They can get that bunt down relatively consistently, so I want to see them load the bases just off of bunts like that. Hasn't been their strategy thus far for this game, and will continue to not be their strategy, but that is a deep pop fly. But it will go down for out number 1. or out number 2, apologies. And they tried to double up Gretchen there, and that was that's generally not very well appreciated by the losing team in this situation. So here you go. The Astros are down to their last out. Keisha Phillips with a good fastball, but the ump says it misses. He hasn't been calling that all day. You got to know that you're not going to get that call if you're the Rangers. Fastball inside will miss, so we are 2-0 with 2 outs. Here comes Keisha. The 11th pitch is a ball way inside. She's at risk of walking Gretchen here. That is strike 1. That's a good pitch, too. Right there on the bottom line of the strike zone. They'll hold Gretchen at first. At this point, again, I don't think you should care at all about the man on first. You're just trying to get the batter out at this point. The 3-1 will miss, and there's a man on first and second. I think Keisha was too worried about the runner on first there. They're going to bring out the closer, Keisha Phillips, coming out to get this last out and get a save. Now that there is a scoring run at second base, this is now a save opportunity. So Keisha Phillips, the closer. She's gone 2 for 2 in save opportunities thus far. Hasn't allowed a run through 2 innings yet. All she needs to do is get 1 out here. Pitch number 1 is a fastball down and away for strike 1. The fans are on their feet. They just want to see this last out. Here we go. A beautiful knuckleball that tricked even the umpire. So it is 1-1. A pop-up into left center. Out number 3. Rangers win 4-0. It looked a little scary there at the end, but here it is. Keisha Phillips and the Texas Rangers shut out the Houston Astros. They will win the Silver Boot Series. 4-0 Rangers. Keisha Phillips looked great today. And stay tuned. That was a great game from Keisha Phillips. We had some good line drives lined up there. Also some good pitching, some good strikeouts thrown. Gretchen Hasselhoff and Keisha Phillips both played pretty good games there. We did get that nice home run from Keisha Phillips as well today. And really it was just the tale of the team with the better bat won the game. Keisha Phillips isn't that bad of a hitter, or of a pitcher, and she's one of the better hitters in the league. So that's kind of what we saw there. Now then, let's head to the full cam. Everybody, thank you for watching. I think we're going to end it here. Normally I would do a second game, but my voice has gone out on me just a little bit over the weekend for some reason. So we're going to end it here. Today, we saw Keisha Phillips beat Gretchen Hasselhoff in the Silver Boot Series. Next week, we have Colorado versus Arizona. One of the lesser-known rivalries in baseball, but it's not a bad one. We are going to see a matchup that is very near and dear to my heart. Let me confirm, just so I'm not guessing here. Right. I don't know which one this is. I will just I'm going to have to really dig in and figure out which of these games is accurate. So I think this is what we got here. So next week we're going back to the Pro League. And we are going to see... Let me just confirm here that I got it right. Yes, I do. Cool. Okay, so next game we are going to see the Colorado Rockies and Todd Helton go up against the Arizona Diamondbacks and Randy Johnson. So, Todd Helton is one of the better hitters in the league. Obviously, Randy Johnson is by far the best pitcher in the league. He has 99s in like almost every stat. So this is going to be a fun one next week. Come in, hang out. We're just broadcasting some baseball. We will be doing some double features and special games and stuff like that coming up. Just couldn't do it tonight, even though we had a quick game. Normally I would think about doing a second game here, but I'm not going to, just so I can rest my voice a little bit. Hey, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I hope to see you next week. By the way, we're like $10 off of our next multiplayer stream. So, hey, maybe all it takes is a $10 donation. We'll get a multiplayer stream in here sometime soon. With that, we will close out the stream. Thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate you.